attention and it's always complaining that you can't run the corner so slow. You're too old to drive. When you turn around the corner on so slow. This just never goes away. It's getting louder each day. I'm always the same. This life is too long. I think I've had enough.
Are we good?
Are we?
We are. Mhm.
Dude, every time I have like a technical difficulty, I see myself like just fucking spending $5,000. And I feel like there's gotta be a fucking guy that just comes here and it's like, no, it's just the fucking, this wire or this way you have it set or something.
Yeah.
It's gotta be simple, man. Are we good?
Yes.
Fucking shit, man. That's what I like to say when shit goes bad. Fucking shit. Fuck and shit.
I gotta put this down.
Yeah, what the fuck
That's
are you
good.
doing? Fuck and shit. So the other, by the way, I'm done with handshakes.
Oh, it's over.
I'm done.
Done.
I'm done.
Done touching people, or you go right for a hug. What are you gonna say? You're not even going near anyone.
You're really loud. Hold on, let me just fix that. No, I'm fucking.
You're done with getting germs on your hands.
I'm done. I've seen too many disgusting people do too many fucked up things, including myself.
Right. Pick your nose,
Like,
your
yeah.
ass, your balls,
All of it.
all sorts of
And
stuff.
then like, hey, high five. Like,
Yeah,
fucking. You don't know.
yeah,
where
lots
this has
going
been.
on. Lots going on.
I'm in Target the
Mhm.
other day taking my fourth shit at like 9:00 in the morning. Right?
You're off to a good start.
Yeah. When I go to the bathroom, there's a ritual,
Yeah.
right? I'm not just sitting on that toilet. First of
No.
all, I'm not even there because I'm only there because it's an emergency.
Oh, of course.
I'd go home.
Yeah.
I live close.
Yeah. It's emergency.
It's an emergency.
Yeah, you could hold it for a good fucking 45 minutes. I mean, if you
Just
had to.
stop at
Yeah.
Target.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, I take a long toilet and I fold it probably a good 10 times.
Yeah.
I don't care how much we're wasting. I didn't buy it. And then I put it down on
Each
the
side.
one side,
Yeah.
the next side,
Yep. And then the
the back,
and the back
and
the
even
front.
in the middle.
Yeah, because
especially
your pee
if
pee
it's-
touch. You get a
Oh,
pee pee touch, bro. You're in
pee-pee touch.
trouble. It's the worst.
Like,
you want to just you want to chop it off.
oh yeah,
You don't want to get infected up into the body.
miniature
Yeah.
panic attack,
Yeah.
like especially if it's your pee hole.
Oh, in the pee hole, you're done deal. You have to pee real quick to get the urine to clean it
Yes.
out. Yeah.
Yes. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there and I'm going right, and I'm hanging out, probably looking at my phone or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
I'm doing. And this dude walks in, opens the door. I hear
Where you are?
next to
oh,
me.
yeah.
Sits on my lap and shit.
I mean, what? You mean, like, didn't even know I was there.
yeah. And I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah. You just shit on my lap.
Yeah. You're not even gonna eat this. Who's gonna eat this? So he next stall closes the door, unzips,
Sits right down.
throws his jacket on the floor
Oh my.
by the
I'm already
toilet,
sick. I'm already sick.
where everyone misses.
Misses. I'm already sick. Forget misses. Their shoes just stand there.
Dude, even
I'm
like
I'm
at
sick.
that point, it didn't even matter.
I'm sick.
What else he did.
I can't breathe in a bathroom sometimes.
It's disgusting.
I can't even breathe in there.
I walked in the other day with Miles. Yeah, I had to go take a shit or something.
Don't touch
I was
anything,
like-
Miles.
I was like, dude, we're not going here.
No. Yeah,
was
it was
that
a bad
bad.
bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Home Depot where like fucking
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
guys just got out of a fucking.
Yeah.
I got a shit.
I
bus.
bring the wipes from my car. I keep wipes in my car.
Yeah, me too.
So then I bring those in. So before I line it, I clean the toilet.
Oh yeah,
I take a bunch of wipes and wipe the thing first.
Yeah.
Then I lay down the toilet paper.
Dude, this guy threw his
Yeah.
jacket, a big heavy winter jacket, on the fucking.
I don't shit right because I don't want my pants to go all the way
I
down to
know.
the floor, so they're around my knees. And I'm like, this is not how I shit. I usually shit with my legs like open, you know.
Look, I don't
Like,
care
this
how
sucks.
bad you gotta go
Ugh.
and what kind of emergency this is.
Oh, you don't throw your shit like that.
Through his jacket, there's a hook.
I don't like
There's a
the fact that the
fucking hook.
piss is on the bottom of my shoes. I'm about to go back in my car.
I
Like,
know.
I don't know what to do. I
Taking
wipe it.
that everywhere.
I step on grass on the way out.
Yeah.
So I can rub my feet on dirt and shit to get
Yeah.
it. Like,
I just
something.
decided yesterday, by the way, like, because I'm building this house. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not putting I'm not putting shoe racks in my closet. For what? Why are they in my room?
oh, they stay down. They don't even make it to the second
Why
floor.
are they in my closet?
You don't need well,
I don't want anyone. I'm not.
You,
Yeah, I'm not having people come look at my closet. Like, hey, you want to see my
your
closet?
wifey needs rack.
That's different.
Okay.
They have things, and it's
Yeah.
like they like to look.
You
at.
don't need it.
I'm not doing it.
You just-
Why is it even
Where
there?
are you putting them? Where are you putting your shoes?
I'm making a big closet by the front door,
oh, and that's where
there'll
all
be
your
a nice fucking shoe rack in there.
and that's where your shoes when you're going out. Like, all right, I need sneakers today. All your shit's gonna be down there.
All of them.
So you have another one though for guests.
It'll be big enough for both.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought about that. It's big enough for both.
Yeah.
It's a walk-in closet by the door.
Oh, that's sick.
Like you
You
could
have,
have.
a walk-in guest closet by the door.
Yes,
That's gonna be dope.
it's gonna be cool.
Yo, is there an extra room for me in this place?
Yes.
And my kids? Can I
Yes.
fit 3 beds?
Yes, you could.
My kids could still go to school if they live if they live in your town.
They can go to that school
Northern
everyone
Highlands.
brags about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, as this guy threw his jacket down on the floor and just unzipped his pants and fucking sat on that disgusting fucking toilet.
Yeah.
I'm going. That's it. That's it. I'm done.
Oh,
I'm done with everybody. I'm not shaking your hand, and I don't care if you're.
he
offended
puts
by
that jacket back at home, like takes it off and puts it in his coat rack and touches other jackets.
it.
And
Can
like,
only imagine what that guy's house is like. Everything is disgusting, and that's the problem. You don't know that he just threw his jacket down on the
Yeah.
fucking Target.
he's the
floor.
guy, and he's the
It
guy
fu-
you
fucked
just
up?
met. You just
Hold on, we're fucked up. Really?
No. Mm-hmm.
Fuck. So that's not garbage, though, right? We can put it together.
That's it.
We're back.
oh, we're back, and I'm about
So,
to.
You're done.
I'm done. I'm fucking done. Because
That-
you don't know that guy. Like
No,
you meet
no.
a dude, you go to his house.
No,
you
no,
have
that guy
dinner.
could be like a business, like someone you meet later in the day and like
Right.
shake his hand and like you're talking with him and you go get lunch with him or like
Right.
Yeah.
You have no
You don't know
idea.
what he just did in Home Depot.
Dropped his fucking shit
Shit
on the
on-
ground and fucking.
Just gross.
It's disgusting. And
Mhm.
you know what? You're driving and everyone's just fucking up their nose and down their pants and fucking.
Yeah, I'm down my pants.
I'm doing all that shit too.
Yeah.
Like we're all the same. But the point is, why do I have to shake your hand for that little moment of fucking that you think is respectful? Let's just do a bump. I don't.
You know what? It's interesting because that got so popular
Yeah.
that like anyone now can just you put your fist out. If someone's going for a handshake, but you've got a fist, you're just getting pounded.
You just reminded me of something funny.
You're just getting pumped. You're getting knuckle bumped.
Yeah. You just
Like it don't matter.
you gave it. You just reminded me of something funny. So I did that to a dude.
And he grabbed it.
No. We did like the bump. What's
Mhm.
up? And we're talking. And then when we were done talking, we did the bump, and then he put his arm out.
Oh,
And
he
I
was like,
fell for it.
You were like, dude, we bumped twice.
Yeah, but I fell for it. And
I'm a
and I
bumper.
shook his hand. I was
So
like,
you have to
"Oh."
come up with a thing. Like you got to tell people
I know.
because people are gonna have their hand out.
I don't shake. What's up?
Yeah, you're just gonna. Yeah, you have to say. You have to address it.
Larry David's my hero. Bump.
Harry David's my hero. Yeah, you can just say, I got a cold. I got a cold.
Oh, by the way, I didn't have a cold last week. I thought I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, so I've been on anti-inflammatories because I have some knuckle pains,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been for so long that I just had to go see somebody about it, and they were like, "Well, we don't see any traces of
Carpal tunnel, or no?
What do you call that?
I know what you're about to say.
arthritis."
Arthritis. Is it
Uh,
from playing?
I don't know.
It's gotta be.
This might be hereditary. Who knows? But so she's like, I don't see any real traces of it, but there's a slight like darkness around some parts of my knuckles.
Mhm.
That
She's like, your nails are really long, but I don't see anything else. The
Yeah.
problem.
Are you hurting people?
Yeah.
But again,
You're good.
and yeah, see, I had to lose my train of thought with this fucking shit. Anyway,
Anti-inflammatories.
anti-inflammatories and the side effect of not having the pain in your knuckles is having a fake cold. Your throat gets stupid, right? So stupid. Your fucking throat gets dry.
Oh,
You start to get a little nasally,
yeah.
and like sporadic moments of being like tired and where you feel like you gotta pass out and get rid of this cold.
Yeah.
And that's why like in the middle of the day or early in that day I didn't feel like it, but then later when
You
you were
got
coming
tired.
here I was like,
Oh wait, I'm not
Fuck, I
okay.
think I
It's
just
coming.
got
It's coming. It's
something.
coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then she read like the side effects of it. And
I fought that cold pretty good that I had. The cough, like I did a lot of like stuff. Took Edelberry. What is it? It's very fit. How do you say it?
Very fat.
Yeah. Edenberry? Edelberry? I don't know.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know. It's
Edelberry?
yeah. You know what I mean.
I took Edelberry, man.
Come on, man.
Edible?
You
Again?
don't call me.
Oh.
No?
No, he just.
A lot of
Why? I'm not in the
vitamins and
Am
stuff.
I in the shot?
No, he's check.
Oh, he kicked it out of place? Damn, Kevin. Kicking the cameras out of place.
That's why this thing messed me up. So I took a lot of vitamins and stuff like that, and felt good through it.
Like an airborne, you mean?
Airborne, all sorts of stuff.
Right. It helps.
But I still have phlegm coming up, and it's been weeks.
Yeah.
Weeks.
Yep.
But everyone got really sick. I didn't get that sick.
It's the iPhone. It's killing all of
I
us.
think so.
All this happiness is going to kill us
I
all.
actually hate this thing lately,
Yeah.
and I need it more than ever.
Yeah, you know what? So you know how I did that, like, I did the same thing that the Rogan did with the Sober October
Yeah.
thing, and it was really good, and I liked the, I liked being disciplined
Yeah.
and telling myself that I was going to do it, because I'm already falling out of all that.
Thanks for dinner, by the way. Dude, thanks for dinner. That was delicious. Was that fucking South American spare ribs or something? What was that? Was that like-
Portuguese.
It was like Ironbound. That was Ironbound fucking.
Yeah, good, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I don't know, lost my train of thought again.
Yeah.
What the hell was I saying?
Sober October. You like the
I
discipline.
like the discipline because
Yeah.
I'm already falling out of all the
Yeah.
shit that, like I said, I was going to do forever. You know, I'm going to read.
right,
Stop.
and you did it all.
I did it that month
Yeah.
really well, and then so now I'm like listening to like Audible
Yeah,
instead of reading,
yeah.
which is still information that's
Yeah.
better than nothing.
Better than nothing.
But there's something that happens to you when you read where you actually
I hate it.
you actually feel sharper when you're done. Like the next day, like it's almost like playing guitar. Like you get better.
Oh yeah, you got like information. You feel. I know what you're saying.
You feel
Yeah.
a little like
I can see
I don't
that.
know how to
Yeah.
describe that
Because
feeling.
when I finally started reading, I like read a lot. Then I
Yeah.
read all the time. I would finish a book, look for another book to read.
Right. So I got to get back into something, and I think that what I want to do is not look at my phone for a month,
Mm.
besides a phone call.
Like phone calls
text.
Or text.
That's
like,
it.
Yeah. Stop.
Nothing.
Instagram. None of that. Stuff.
None of it.
Yeah.
I like this Instagram thing,
I do. Yeah.
and I'm always looking at pictures of shit that I don't
Yeah.
have no business looking at.
I know.
There's no reason for
It's
it.
bothering me sometimes because it's reminding me of stuff. And
That
then it's
too,
like,
yeah.
and it's like I'm using it as a distraction, and then all of a sudden it starts to remind me of things.
Right.
Like, I think, you know, like you see a place you went to or something, and like, I was there with so and so, or like, you know what I mean? You
Right.
start to like, oh, what the fuck, dude? Like it becomes counterproductive
Yeah.
to like the fact that I'm just trying to distract myself momentarily
But I'm doing shit like pulling over to like if I'm going
to watch
somewhere.
an animal kill another animal.
Yeah, like I'll do shit like that. Like I'll just fucking go to some. I'm going somewhere, and before I get out of
I
my
need
car,
to see this real quick.
let me just look at something real quick.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking, and then I'm just scrolling, and then what are you doing? What are you doing? I say to
I
myself,
scroll
like,
at
what the
work,
fuck are you
dude.
doing?
I scroll at work, dude, in between clients, like when I got nothing going on.
Like,
It's
what the
awful.
fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
There's no reason for any
lately,
of it.
lately more than ever.
It's completely useless,
I hate it.
right? It's nothing but a complete distraction.
That's all it is.
And,
And
what'd
it's
you
awful.
get? What'd you get?
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's no good information on there. Oh well, there is good information on there, but
No,
you would
you can
have to
watch.
follow those just those accounts.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I do look at stuff for lower back exercises. You know, I can find stuff on there, but a lot of garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
I somehow stumbled across some engineering
Mm.
people and like Russia and all these different places where they're doing really cool shit with
Yeah.
drills and all kinds of building bridges and stuff. That's kind of interesting. Some of those things get
On
kinda-
Instagram.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, everything's there.
Mm.
Fucking whatever you want.
Yeah. It
So,
really is.
but it just takes you down these rabbit
I've been-
holes where you just wasted a fucking hour doing
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, you can waste a time, quick time.
Nothing.
Yeah, quick time. It messes me up.
Yeah.
It does. I get out of it and I'm like, oh, that was awful. I could have just done something else. Like,
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I think I know it's a quick release to like distract myself when I could just distract myself in something productive, you know? But-
Exactly.
But like,
Doesn't feel good at the time, but it feels good later.
but it's quick. Yeah, it's quick. It's like, so I know that's going to work faster, quicker, but like, you know, but lately I've been trying to distract myself with
That's the-
exercise and yoga and like meditation.
That's
so.
the dumb thing about humans and this world, right? Is that things that are good for you feel good later.
later, and they're harder to
And
do.
the things that are bad for
Yeah.
you feel good now.
And like eating too.
It's just for everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Bad shit feels good now, and then you feel bad later, as opposed to good things feeling good later and having to do them now. And it's just mind fuck of
Yeah.
I don't really feel like doing that now. I want to just sit down and eat fucking shit.
Yeah. I do notice though, which was something I was trying to do a while ago. You hear people say like you have to do something a certain amount of times before it becomes not a task to do it.
Right.
Like if you go to the gym, right? It's like you got to go to the gym for like a month, and then all of a sudden it's not like, or 90 days, whatever. So like when I started trying to stretch, like my stretching, like my yoga's always been like on and off kind of practice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And same as like diet or eating good or whatever or exercise. So I was like, I tried to lock into like a 90-day like thing over like I would say August, September, October. Like I know snowboarding season's coming. I'm like, in the summer at some point, I was like, let me try to do yoga every day, even if it's a little bit. I noticed by doing that, it set me up for better behavior.
Okay. In what way?
In a way that it's like you kind of have to do it. It's a part of your day as like showering,
Yeah.
right? So if you shower every day and then you wake up, I can't not shower and go to work unless the hot water's not working in my apartment.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah, I gotta
because I
shower
shower
in the
every
morning.
day, right? I know people that don't shower before they go to
I
work,
used to
so
not
they don't
have
have to. You know
I
what I
used
mean?
to not
And
have to.
They could maybe come home at night and shower or something like that.
I
But
gotta do
have
both.
I have to shower when I go before
I
I go to work.
usually have to do
Like
both.
and do my hair, So it's like I noticed. So like this morning, I woke up and I didn't have any clients in the morning. I could have done one of a million things. I could have gone here, there, run some errands, tried to fall back to sleep, like did so many different things. And I wound up doing yoga.
Right.
And meditating.
And you felt better.
Because it was like, I was like not in the mood, but the mat's there. And once I started, I sunk right into it
Yeah.
and was enjoying it
Mm-hmm.
because of doing it enough times to make it a part of your routine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not easy to stretch.
It's not easy at all.
It hurts sometimes or whatever. Like it's a nuisance. Like
I
when you could just sit on the couch and watch TV as opposed to actually stretching, like it's kind of crazy when you think about it.
I
But
know.
again, long term, short term.
Yeah, I got to get back. I got to get into doing longer stretches.
Yeah.
It's a difficult thing for me to do. I almost use it as an excuse in a way where it's like, okay, well, at least you're stretching.
Yeah.
Because I do stretch
I changed that
regularly,
too. I
but
changed that too.
just
I
not
started to change
longer.
I started to stretch longer because I realized if I have to just shorten myself just to get it done,
Yeah.
I'll do it. But I started putting my phone next to me and timing it. I put the
See, I tried that per stretch,
yeah.
but that was getting annoying. Like per stretch.
Yeah.
To time each one.
Yeah.
A cool app would be like little squares that you can load up the type of stretch that you do,
Mhm.
and then you just hit it, and then it'll ring when you're done, and time to switch to the next one.
Yeah.
But having the regular, which I just invented like that. You saw that shit?
You invented something. I invented something today.
What'd you do?
I invented a type of yoga.
You did?
Oh, I named it and
a
everything.
type of yoga?
Yeah, I named
What's
it and
called?
everything. I named it and everything.
What's it called?
It's called 2-minute yin.
2-minute yin.
Yeah.
That's they used to call me that in high school.
Yeah. Up until you were 30.
Oh wait, no, that was 2 pump chump.
Yeah. That was 2 pump chump. 2-minute yin. That's the
2
Chinese
minute
version.
yin,
That's
yeah.
the Chinese version.
Well, there's some kid named Yin somewhere in
Yeah,
China that
yeah.
they're calling him 2-minute yin.
Yeah.
So what
Why
is
you
it?
do that to me?
Why exactly is it because you figured out a way to just make it faster?
No.
Is it like
No, it's not faster.
7-minute abs?
No, it's not faster. You're getting more postures in.
Okay.
If you do a yin yoga, I did a yin yoga off of YouTube, right?
Yeah.
It was 45 minutes long. I was like, let me get back to like following someone, like an instructor, like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
maybe, get a different posture to do or like, just some more information because I don't really like to go to classes.
Right.
Right. Which is changing also anyway, but that's another story. So I was like, let me look. And this one said like upper and lower back. And my upper back was hurting. It's a hard spot to get. Sometimes people tend to do, or me, I tend to do like my lower back a lot, my hip flexors, like, you know, into my hips, like trying to get my quads, like all this like movement, snowboarding movement area. That's the one, right? So then the upper back and the shoulders get neglected sometimes. So this
Yeah.
one's like shoulders, upper back, lower back, right? 45-minute yin yoga class, 3 postures.
So basically, changing positions 3 times.
Well,
in
in
45
between
minutes.
postures, there was a couple like little quick wiggle outs, like cat cows. I don't know if you know what those are, but like just to pump your back, like just to get like just to switch in between.
That's an half funny animal.
Yeah,
A cat cow.
yeah. Well, it's like a cat pose, and then a cow, like a look like a cow, then look like a cat, look like a
Okay.
cow, look like a cat.
Right.
Right. So it's like there was basically 3 poses in a 45-minute yoga class.
So what did you figure out?
Because it's like one pose each side, each arm.
Is your thing still 45 minutes?
Yeah,
But
but
2 minutes. And you
2
change.
minutes each instead of a 5-minute stretch on each.
No one does that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
No
sure they
one?
do.
And switch.
They-
no one?
They must. So yin is typically when you look and research yin yoga, they say 3 to 5 minute stretches on each posture.
Okay.
Right.
So maybe there's a reason for longer stretches.
Oh, there definitely is, but also you do so much yoga with 30-second stretches or just go into the pose and come right out of it.
Okay, if I was
Right?
your,
So it's like how is not 2 minutes beneficial?
okay, I see what you're saying, but if I was your yoga partner
Yeah.
and I was putting together this app with you or
Mhm.
this class,
Mhm.
I would say if you're gonna do that, let's dedicate it for people who want to do yoga on the run, to some sense,
Mhm.
where it's like let's do the most poses you can with effectiveness, obviously. But let's say 15-minute yoga.
Yeah, but then you're right,
25
but you're
minute
you're not
yoga.
stretched. So me, I believe in the like the connective tissue on top of the muscle stretch. So the yin.
It's not what you really believe. This is bullshit.
Yeah. So you
Bullshit
need a
yoga.
deeper stretch.
Bullshit yoga.
You got to spend the time stretching.
Sell.
Right. Well, I get it, but you got to spend the time stretching.
You do.
You can't. The 15 minutes is great. It's awesome that you're doing something. It's not enough.
See, I'm sure I could find the time to do 45
The
minutes.
difference that my body feels from a 45-minute stretch to a 15-minute stretch is unbelievable.
Yeah, you know what? We got to try that.
It's
We got to
unbelievable.
try that. 45-minute stretch.
Yeah, I mean, you go to a yoga class, they're an hour, hour 15. Some are an hour and a half.
And yoga's basically all stretching.
They're all stretching
all it
postures.
is?
Yeah, the postures are all stretching,
You're
basically.
not. I mean, but some of them are very difficult to stand in, right? Aren't they? Because
Well, there's
you're
so
using
many,
muscles
dude.
and shit.
Oh, yes, there are.
it's
Because
not just sitting down
no,
stretching.
no, but yin is.
Yin is all
yin
sitting
is
down.
all on the mat mostly. It's all deep stretches that you can't stand through the 5-minute stretch. You're sitting, laying, moving sideways, whatever. They're all stretches. Hard to find a yin yoga class. Some people, I think they just more into the flow, like the up and down and like what they think yoga is.
Right.
But real yoga is actually more stretching than moving.
Yeah. You know what my average time for stretching is, which is kind of a fucking embarrassment in a sense.
15.
It's not even.
Mm.
It's probably more like 9.
So what do you stretch?
I sit down.
Do the legs,
I stretch my legs out.
hamstrings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do my glutes.
Mhm.
I do my abs,
Mhm.
abdomen. I
Come up.
come up. You know,
Yeah.
I hold it there for a while.
I do those in yoga. Those are moves in yoga. They have
But I'm
names.
doing 25 to 35 to 45-second poses.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'll do a couple other things, and then before you know it, it's like 10, 15 minutes.
Mm.
So, look, which is more than I've
ever done.
ever done.
More than most people do,
And I do it pretty consistently.
which
like,
is great.
almost every day
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock.
Mhm.
I'm up there doing that. I would say at least
Up
5
where
days
doing
a
that?
week. Upstairs.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, like because I'm
You're here at 10 o'clock?
that's like my ding time to go up.
Oh, at night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ding. My routine is like come home. I play with the kids.
Mhm.
We have dinner. I play a little more. You know, we shower before or after dinner, whatever we do. And then I'd like to come down here around 8. Doesn't usually happen till 9, maybe 8:30.
Mhm.
Been trying to get Miles to get to bed by 8 sharp. It's not that often, but we're getting better at getting him to
Mhm.
do it earlier. That's my goal.
Mhm.
Like 8 o'clock out.
Yeah.
I need my 2 hours.
Yeah, 8 to 10.
8 to 10 is me down here,
Mhm.
playing my guitar, thinking, wondering about shit, whatever the fuck it is.
Stressing out? No.
Stressing out. Usually I'm playing my guitar, but and then 10 o'clock, boom, I go upstairs
Yeah.
to try and get 7 hours. If I get up at 6,
You should be sleeping more than that.
more than 7. Well, you know,
I mean,
if-
you listen to that podcast.
I know.
That's good. 8.
7 to 8. That's usually what I try for. I can't do more than that.
Yeah, 7's not bad.
I can't even do fucking.
I mean, if you're getting a good 7, not bad.
Well,
I dreamed a lot last night for the first time. I know that I slept because I actually fucking was like remming out, dude, like dreaming.
yeah, I had a weird dream too the other day. Like I probably would never have even thought of that dream unless you
Just said it
just
down.
said that.
Dream.
Isn't that so weird how like those doors just open? They're completely shut.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even think it's there. There's so much room in here.
Dude, they study the
For
mind. They
so
still
many-
don't know what's going on.
No
in there.
idea. No clue.
No clue. They just pretend they know.
Yeah, like the other day I had to go through so many doors to find one thought. You brought it out somehow. I forget what it was, but there was something we were talking about and all these different doors opened up to get to this one room that was messy, and under a box was one thought I was losing for a long time, and I finally got it by her saying like one word, and I
Yeah,
was like,
and it popped up.
it
Oh,
popped
there
up.
it is.
Forget what it was.
Mhm.
But it wasn't anything important. It was just that I was looking for something I couldn't find, and her saying something opened the door that led to a bunch of different areas that I found it in.
Sounds like a movie. Inception.
Yeah, it's like something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but that's what's going on in there.
Yeah.
That fucking movie is pretty goddamn accurate to how a thought process works,
Oh yeah.
especially a warped one.
Oh yeah. Oh,
'Cause-
in that movie you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that movie was fucking great. Dude.
Whoever wrote that, did trip. Did
Oh yeah.
a bunch.
Yeah.
They definitely were on psychedelic drugs and
Oh,
understand.
That's funny that you brought that up because I've been obsessed with psychedelic YouTube videos.
You mean like music videos?
No. Like I've been watching just all sorts of documentaries and Rogan podcasts and all on DMT and, and ayahuasca.
So you're
and
watching
stuff
like
that.
what's his name?
Oh, everybody. Graham, everybody.
Graham, but what's the other guy?
All of those dudes.
Christian something.
Oh,
Forget
he's
his
got a
name.
couple of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's actually. Did you get hooked on that by the commercial before the show or during the show?
but there is a
There's
lot
a
of it.
commercial for some documentary, and all of those guys are in it.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Oh, I watched it.
You did?
Yeah, the DMT, the Spirit Molecule. It was on Netflix, but
Yeah.
I watched it on YouTube. Just
Was
the
that?
other
Is
day.
it worth watching?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah?
I mean, it gets you. Yeah, I mean, this thing is. This ain't like a drug. Like DMT's not like.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it anymore.
It's not like, hey, dude, we're going out and we're getting high together, and like we're going to fucking. These people are having like experiences that change their lives on
I
this
know.
stuff, dude. Like
I'm afraid.
change
I
their
think-
lives.
I think I'm afraid to do those things right now at my age, and I think that because I'm afraid, it would make it worse if I did it.
You know what? It's funny. These is when people are doing it. A lot of people, like a lot of the documentaries I was watching, the people that go to these places like Peru or Costa Rica and stuff
Yeah.
like that to go, they're middle aged,
With a guided shaman.
guided
Yeah.
shaman,
A real guy, not
No,
some fucking schmuck
and,
online.
and meditation and breath work before the ceremony occurs.
Right.
For like a couple days of breath work and acclimating to it and to the experience and having people with you and
Yeah.
counseling. These facilities do counseling,
Yeah.
one-on-one conversations, helpful. Like they have people there, like,
Yeah.
like facilities.
They're bringing you to a place. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And they give you a couple ceremonies per week, like if you go for
I
the
don't know
week.
if I need all that. I
Interesting.
would like to microdose. I would microdose in
Oh,
a
would you?
second.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Mm.
Because so
But with this thing, you can microdose other stuff.
yeah.
I think with DMT is what thare saying is like some people say they don't even do enough
Oh, really?
because it needs to bring you to a.
You gotta fucking fly.
You got to really get to that place.
Are we having a problem?
You're good.
Why do you keep you're just
No, because every once in a while I
she
see
looks
her
at
like,
you like with a face because
Yeah.
she just got needles and shit stuck in her face.
I know.
She's
but
got a weird. She's like this.
Every once in a while she'll look at me and
Even to
Smile
to-
hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah,
Terrible.
yeah.
well maybe that's what it is because you're not smiling and you're just looking at me like with this like almost
this
like
look.
a concern of some kind and I'm like, oh fuck, did this thing freeze again? Yeah. All right, stop laughing. It's not funny.
Mm-mm.
You got needles in your face.
But yeah, fascinating, man.
Vanity's a
Oh,
bitch.
and you know what? It's so funny is because from watching all this stuff,
Mhm.
all the shit that I watch anyway, they all wind up being like they all had ayahuasca experiences in DMT.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like Rogan, most of his guests, like
A lot of them.
if you watch shows about different things, like, you know, that are, you know, spiritual in nature, a lot of the people are, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I've had really cool trips, and I've had frustrating trips
yeah.
where I didn't like where my brain was going, and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, "Fuck, man,
Mhm.
I didn't even know you. I didn't know this about you, and now I know this about you, and I don't want you to know this about you."
Oh, when you were with people,
Talking
you
to
mean?
myself?
Oh, you're and
Yeah.
it was just you,
Yeah,
and it was you.
yeah, just
Yeah.
like in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah.
There's still moments that I sometimes think about that I don't know the answers to, and I'm confused about. We had one with one of our friends, Chris, that we were in Amsterdam, and we were doing all kinds of shit, mushrooms and all
Yeah.
kinds of fucking thing. All of a sudden, we're in this hotel room, and we're looking out the window, and I don't know if this fucking crazy town city does this shit anyway, but the main clock in the main center of town just fucking started spinning crazy out of nowhere. The whole
Nah,
entire
for real
clock.
though? Like-
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
You'll never know.
I'm on the balcony
You'll
going.
you have to call somebody in Amsterdam and be like, "Hey, does that clock spin?"
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like it stopped, and it just would just like hang, and then just start spinning, and I'm like,
Oh no, you were
what the
losing your
fuck?
shit. You
yeah,
were
it could have
bugging out.
been. Yeah, I was totally bugging out. But we had this room with a view of the whole fucking center of town, which was incredible.
Yeah.
And the way that those streets are in Amsterdam, and
Yeah.
the way people get to where they have to get, there's no rules.
No,
If you want to drive to the other side of the street in
You
the middle of
just
traffic,
drive.
just go.
just go.
Bicycles,
But they
literally trains.
but they respect when who's
Everybody.
next.
everybody.
Like who's allowed to go is respected.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a fucking flock of birds. Like you
Yeah.
just go, and everyone will move
Bali
around
was
you.
Bali was insane with the
Yeah, I'm sure.
with the cars
Yeah,
versus and the motorcycles, the little scooters.
yeah,
Right. So it's like but everyone there's no accidents.
right,
They respect what needs to be done.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm hanging out. We're all in this room, and it's this like party in this room. I'm hanging out with fucking drug
Yeah,
addicts, right? But we're all in
Heavy
this room.
hitters.
Heavy hitters, and I'm
Yeah.
not that kind of fucking hitter.
Yeah.
But when you're on that kind of drug, almost nothing else affects you.
On the shrooms.
Yeah,
it's
at
a
least
good
you don't realize that
It's
it
a good
does.
drug.
It's a good drug.
Yeah.
You really don't know that other things are in you and doing things to you.
No, that's the one that takes over.
Yeah,
If you had
that-
enough in you.
that takes
Yeah.
over. And all of a sudden, my friend goes, "How could you do that to me, man? On my birthday?"
He said it to you?
Yeah,
Oh, he was
yeah. And I don't know to this.
he brought up something that happened a while ago.
No, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. He just did something out of nowhere.
Oh,
I'm sitting in
he
a
had
chair.
a moment himself that he had something
Could be.
that was bothering him.
Could be. And he doesn't know.
Oh, because you've asked
What-
him.
A million times. Like, dude, remember that thing in Amsterdam? Like, what the fuck was that?
I need to know. 'cause-
What did I do on your birthday? Man? I
Oh.
don't know. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Was it bad? What did I do? And like,
And it tortured your brain.
oh my God, it ruined the fucking night. I went into like, I just
Darkness.
completely fucking.
I know.
Now, so I'm on this chair. There's him and his friend and his friend and his friend. All of a sudden, like, I'm surrounded by them. And I'm like, did I just do something that I don't know that I did?
Oh my God.
And I didn't know what the
Did
fuck
he
to do.
change or did he just that he said it once and then that was it? Or did he
Yeah.
get weird looking after?
No, but you know what gets weird? Yourself.
No, I know that, but did you look at him and keep thinking he was weird? Like
Oh.
he's mad at me?
Oh, I had no idea what the fuck was going on at that
Oh,
point. I
oh.
started going into like this weird
Oh my
place
God.
because they might have played a joke on me,
They could have,
and which is fucking
Like-
so horrible.
which is not a good thing to do.
It's not cool at all.
No, I've
Don't
gotten
do
jokes
it.
played on me when I was tripping.
I don't
and-
like it.
and it fucked me up.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like that kind of thing. Will make me not like somebody ever again,
It's-
depending on the depth of the joke.
you don't know what you're doing to somebody, man. Psychologically, that's not a good. thing,
No,
man.
it's just that
You
you
can lose your shit.
Yeah, there was a friend that I never tripped with, but I've heard stories of him doing this monster thing when he
To people?
trips with people.
Oh yeah.
It's called glue glock or something. He
Oh,
would
you
just
mean-
fucking, he had the
Oh.
crazy face,
And
and
then
he
it-
would
Freak people out.
fuck with you. Yeah, just
Mhm.
let me try to enjoy something here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to try to figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't like those moments where I'm so unsure of
Oh,
what the fuck is going on, and then you don't know if they played a joke, and I don't know if it's real or not,
Yeah.
and if you're not telling me, I just gotta get away from you.
Right,
And now
because,
next thing
because
you
if
know,
you address
left
it, if
them.
you address it and they go, dude, we're not playing a joke.
Yeah.
You don't even know if that's a joke.
right.
And then you're like, oh wait, am I freaking out? And
Yes.
now they're mad at me because I freaked out.
Right.
You're it's a no-win situation.
And that's what happened.
Yeah. You need to be around like good people when
I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like that. I'm not
know what
that
happens?
strong in the mind that way.
if
when I'm
that
tripping.
happens to you, you never do that to someone else ever again.
Yeah, that's true.
Those guys have never had an experience like that. That's why.
Or they enjoy getting out of that hole. Maybe that's something that they fucking get off on.
I don't know.
Some people are just different. Some people I knew a guy that can go fishing like with his family,
Tripping.
tripping. He's the only one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've been to
Like,
high school. I used to go to high school and take
that's-
LSD.
Yeah, you're that guy. Like
Yeah, I walk around class, go to class and everything.
That's insane.
Not cut school, like just go to school.
that's insane to me.
Yeah.
I
Drug
go
addicts.
way too deep in my head.
Drug addict.
Yeah, but that's a different brain.
Yeah,
You're
but
not
I've
talking-
gone deep. I've lost my shit on
In
LSD.
school?
Oh, on LSD, no. When I went to my first rehab is because I lost my shit completely,
Right.
and no one knew what to do with me. Like they drove me home and dropped me off in front of my house.
That's not good.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was bad.
That's
It was
not good at
bad.
all.
Yeah, I was we went to a Dead show and I took and this guy was like, we bought acid and he's like, dude, it's the real shit, man. Like, be careful. Like, and I was like, oh come on, everybody says that about their stuff. I'm like, I've done acid that didn't work before. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, are you kidding me? So I was like, I took 3 hits. I was like, fuck this guy.
3.
Yeah, I took 3 hits. Which was like a
Don't eat the brown acid.
like at the time and the amount of drugs that I did and the type of and the acid that I was doing at the time, like that was like a good start off for me because like one really I stopped getting off on a hit of acid, LSD. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
LSD is a weird drug like that. Like if you take a lot, like if you do that and then like you come down and then you take more and then you come down and you take more and you want to trip like for 2 days, like you wind up eating like 100 hits because you like almost like math, like times 2, like almost like an equation. Like you take a hit, right? Then you want to trip some more. You can't take another hit. You have to take 2 hits,
Oh, I got
right? And when you come down in 4 hours, you have to take 4 hits now. It's almost like a math equation. Then you're like on 8, right?
Right.
If you want to keep tripping, then it's 8 times 8, 16. Like you have to keep
That's not it.
doubling.
That's not the right answer.
No, but
8 times 8 is not 6.
8 plus 8. I'm sorry. You have to keep doubling the number almost. Like it's like
Right,
weird. It's like
yeah.
weird. You just wind up eating like so much. Like,
Yeah,
you know, it
it's
doesn't matter.
crazy.
Right. So
See, I
anyway,
never did that. I never got to that level.
So I started off with 3. I was like, this guy says it's good, but whatever. Like no one else. So I'm not gonna not trip. I don't want to take 1 and then just be like fucking pissed off that I needed more. Right. So I took 3. You know, and then we bought some weed and we whatever and left the city and went to Port Authority. We were like 16 years old and we fucking got on the fucking bus and we were heading home. It took us a while to get the bus because weren't checking the schedules. We just walked to Port Authority, and then our bus was like half hour. It's coming. You know what I mean?
Right.
Back to Elmo Park. We're like halfway home, and my friends are bugging in the bus. Like they're starting to giggle, and he's hiding in his hood, and the one dude's saying shit, and like I'm like, oh my god, he needs to shut up. He's saying loud shit in front of people, like he's like saying racial slurs and
Right.
like things, and there's like
and your
there's
hearing, by
ethnic
the way,
people.
is enhanced by
Well,
1,000.
I don't feel it yet. I'm not tripping yet.
Right.
They are though.
Right.
Right. And now they're bugging the fuck out on the bus ride home, giggling, having the time of their lives. And the dude turns to his friend. He goes, dude, this acid is amazing. I can't even believe I just only took a half a hit.
Oh, fuck.
And I went, what the fuck did he just I go, what did
Then
he
you
just
took
say?
3.
Yeah, and I took 3.
Oof.
So then we were like going home. I mean, we were going back to where we party, and we bought weed there too, like super green bud. And we just lit up like a fucking bunch of joints and sat underneath Route 80 on the train tracks that
Oh,
go
yeah,
underneath
yeah.
Route 80 in the Market Street train tracks or whatever they're called. And we sat and we smoked a couple, and that was it. that weed came in and relaxed me, and then LSD took over, man, and I just went bonkers. I couldn't like string thoughts together. Like I was like all these
Everything was broken.
no, everything was happening in my mind, and I was like,
Right.
"Oh my god, I'm figuring out words." Like I'm figuring out new words and definitions. Like I'm figuring out words
right,
that have
right.
definitions to them. I'm figuring out definitions to new words that aren't even words yet.
Right.
Like I need to call Webster's dictionary to get these words in the dictionary.
Right.
And then like I'd go
Quickly,
I'd go to tell my friends, and I would look at them. I'm like, "Dude, you know what?
You're on a whole new thing.
I couldn't say what I was thinking."
Right.
And I was like, forget it. And it was not, the first one wasn't bad. And then everyone's hanging out, the weed's going around, and like bugging. I'm like, I got it now, dude, guys, guess what? And I couldn't say it. I fucking lost all the thoughts. And then that was it, dude. I did that like one more time, and my friends were like, dude, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. What do you mean, am I all right? And then that sent me into
Orbit.
full on.
Yep.
So then I just started thinking the cops were coming. Because we used to get chased by the cops all the time.
Yeah, me too. I used to
And
love that.
yeah, we used to do on purpose and
Yeah.
go to spots that the cops were always a thing, like cars coming. All right, it's not a cop. Don't worry about it. Like, because we were getting high all the time.
Right.
Hanging out in woods, hanging out underneath
Yeah.
trestles, railroad tracks, places we were not supposed to be, parks at night, like,
Mhm.
after sunset. And so all of a sudden, I just thought the cops were coming, man. And like you say cops, everyone runs and knows where to run to get away from the cops. So it's like, runs, but they're like running and they don't see the cops. So I'm like, no, there's no cops. Fuck it. I made a mistake. And then we would like sit back down again. And then the cops, I would, and I just kept doing it. And we just kept
Scared
running.
everybody.
And that was it. I scared everybody. People were leaving. They were like, he's losing his shit.
Right.
Dude, I was walking home. Every car that came by, dude, turned into a cop car. I was running through people's yards.
Alone?
No, like people were trying to follow me because they didn't want to leave me alone because they
Right.
knew I was losing my shit. So
Right.
some people couldn't handle it and
So
left
bad.
and ran a different way. But like couple people, like one or two dudes, stayed with me as long as they could.
Right.
But then they didn't know what to do. And I started to like talk like shit. Like, I know the meaning of silence. I know the like, dude, like I couldn't calm down.
Yeah.
So I
been there, man.
had to, breathing and talking were the same thing.
Right.
And in order for me not to talk, I had to hold my breath. Literally. And I was like, they're like, just don't say anything just for a few minutes. And I was like, okay. But you don't understand. I know these things. Like, I just start like fucking freaking out again. And like people didn't know what to do. And I just like, dude, jumped. My friend had a van, and they finally, he because everyone like kind of like, we would eventually see our town small. People knew us, and we would, oh yeah, go come here. And like this guy got into this guy's van, and I think they were like, take him home, dude. Like, we don't know what to do with him. He's losing his shit completely. No one could calm me down. No one knew what to do to calm me down because we were young, and no one has ever lost their shit this much on LSD.
Yeah.
In our town. Like, so
They basically were like, we got to get rid of his body.
right. So like, if someone was with me that had lost their shit on LSD, they would have known exactly what to do to say and to calm me down, like I do.
So they came to
Because
your
that
house.
happened to me, and now I could calm anybody down off of a bad trip.
So, right.
Yeah.
Well,
Once you've been there,
yeah.
you know how to stop somebody from
Yeah,
going there.
100%.
Mhm.
Because and
It's
you-
amazing.
You know
What to say to them, how to calm
exactly
them
what
down.
words not to say.
You know
too.
what not to say to them. You know how
Yeah.
to compliment them and tell them everything's okay.
So what happened at home?
So when I got there, so I jumped out of this car, out of the van a couple times
While they were driving.
on the way home. Yeah,
How fast?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember because every car, there's a cop and I'm trapped in a van, so I have to run.
Right.
Like I'm not getting pulled over and back here.
Are you guys bringing me to the cops?
Yeah, so it's like
Where we going?
no, they weren't. I wasn't thinking that, but I just thought every car was coming after us to stop, and I would like open up the van and jump
It is
out
a
while I was moving.
crazy
But
drug.
as soon as I jumped out and started to move, like it would go away. I'm like, no, it's not the cops. I'm making a mistake.
Right.
And then I would jump back in the van. Like so, once I thought it and started to make the action of the running, it wasn't the cops anymore. Like you know what I mean? It didn't. It wasn't like ongoing. It was like intervals, like
Well,
constant.
that's what happens.
And then he brought me home. Nobody was home yet. My parents were out. My aunt lived there
Oh,
at
so
the
you
time.
got lucky with that one.
No, there was no lucky. They all came home while I was out front.
Oh.
So I lost my shit. I got super fucking hot, stripped all my clothes off
Outside?
outside
Of course.
in front of my house.
Sure.
My friend was leaving in the van, ran after the van with my pants around my ankles, tripped, fell under it, got run over.
Oh.
Yep.
What?
Run over by the van, got up, tried to steal the van 3 times because I thought it was my destiny to crash the fucking I had to steal the
You
car
went
and
into a
crash.
real
Oh, I was
fucking
in
freak
I was in
out.
a real place, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in a really bad place.
Yeah, man.
He was stopping me. I could vaguely remember him. Like one time, I actually got in and was like trying to put it into gear, and he fucking got in there and fucking took the keys out. Like, and then people came home. Like my aunt came home first, and I started saying fucked up shit to her. Then my parents came home, and I started saying fucked up shit to them. But my dad calmed me down because he's been there. So he was the one that
Orange
eased me.
juice?
What?
Orange juice?
No.
I
What's
heard vitamin C helps you get off of that.
Oh, that's interesting. I
Might
don't
be
know.
some kind of myth or it might be true, but I heard vitamin C helps you get out of a trip.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know what he didn't give me anything. I was like way.
I
Like-
could be wrong, but you know how there's like that you could take a shot that just fucking
Oh, there's hallucinogenic drugs.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
go to a hospital, they put doop, and
Yeah.
it's over.
and I
Yeah.
might be wrong, but I feel like that
It's a-
might be vitamin C.
Oh, man, interesting. Could look that up.
Yeah, you want to look that up? Can you find out? So when you're on
Just
hallucinogenic,
anti-hallucinogenic
anti-hallucinogenic,
treatment.
um,
So anyway, my dad
Oof.
calmed me down. Yeah,
yeah.
and then he knew how to so he slowly eased me out of it.
How old were you?
I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did he say? After
I don't-
after all.
Well, I didn't want to leave my room in the next morning. I was like, I woke up and was like, oh, I was hoping that was a dream.
Right.
And it wasn't.
Right.
I was like, I'm fucked now. I mean, I've been busted before. I got caught drinking a bunch. I caught with weed and smoking and being high. Like, I've gotten caught in school buying mescaline. Like, it was coming. Like, now I was 16 and I was really partying hard for a 16
Did it
year
bring you
old.
closer to your dad?
No. Well, no, not at the time.
No.
No. Well, my dad was a drug addict.
Yeah, but bringing you down.
Oh no, I was just didn't. I don't. It like he brought me down, and I was never quite back. I just fell asleep. Like I came down and wasn't like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, what just happened. I was still like weird. Like I was so
Even the next
far
day, you
gone.
mean?
No, but until I fell asleep. Like when I
Oh.
finally passed out,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I was still like kind of weird when I passed out.
Yeah,
It was almost still like a dream.
such a weird drug.
And then when I woke up so many times and forced myself back to sleep because I didn't want to deal with it. And then they finally just knocked on the door, like, you got to get out and deal with this, right? It was like, I was like, fuck.
In the morning, like 10 o'clock. like-
Morning, afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to come out. They were waiting for me to come out of the
Right.
bedroom.
Look, we need to talk.
Yeah. So then they came out and they were like,
Yeah, the neighbors.
I still tried to lie. I
There's
was
for
like,
sale signs
Yeah.
outside.
seriously. I was like, I had a beer. It was opened. I don't know. Someone might have put something in it. And then my dad was like, dude, enough's enough.
Right.
I was like, all right.
You didn't get drugged.
Fucking took
You just
LSD.
like drugs.
Yeah, they sent me to. I went to rehab a few days after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they took me to like an outpatient and got analyzed, and they were like, "Yeah, this kid needs to go to rehab."
Of course.
And I lied to shit to them. They were like, "Just send him to rehab. He's fine. He was tripping. He's 16 years old. He was on LSD. Like, send him to rehab." So
Yeah.
I went to rehab. That was when I went to first rehab. But I went to my first rehab limping, rubber marks still on my legs, cut
From from
my
the van?
My knees were mangled. I had a scar on my knee for years. I had a scab on my knee for years, and then the scar was there forever.
you had a scab on your knee for years.
For like not years, but it was like a weird spot. Like after the scab, after it fucking healed, it was like a weird scar that felt like
Oh.
a scab,
Right.
and it stayed forever, dude.
Is that the tattooed leg?
No, I don't even remember because it finally all just eventually went away. But like my leg, I limped for a really long time.
Wow. So you got fucked up.
And yeah, I was naked and got run over by a car naked. I mean, how bad you gonna get? Oh, I didn't break anything though. It was crazy, but I had
Wow.
rubber across my thighs, dude.
Well, I never got that fucked up.
Yeah, I had rubber marks across my thighs that didn't come out for a while until like the skin fucking finally like flaked off or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I got lucky. It was a van, so the back end of the van is light.
Yeah.
So I think I tripped like under the the passenger door and went under there, and then the back of the van rail rolled over me. So like it's a van. It's like so it's light. It's not like
Yeah.
heavy.
It's just an axle with some metal.
Right, and then just that framework. Yeah, it's like
Right,
it's not really
right,
much in the
right.
back of a
It's not
van.
like the engine.
Right, the front,
Fuck
right,
yeah.
the front wheel. Yeah, oof, that would have been bad. So that was yeah, that happened.
Again?
No.
Oh, why are you nodding your head like that?
She found the thing.
Did you find the
No.
thing? No?
Simple thing like you said, vitamin C. Though nothing like this.
No.
Just, more drugs.
So I was I feel like maybe more than once, but one time definitely I was on the way to that.
Yeah.
But I never took
Enough to get there.
more than one.
Yeah.
Not with acid. I was always a bit skeptical
Scary.
of
Scary
acid.
drug when you're young too.
Yeah, and you don't know where you're getting, who you're getting it from, and I
Yeah.
don't know. I wasn't a big fan of acid, although I did it a bunch of times. I was more a shroom kind of guy. Like I felt more comfortable eating shrooms.
I did too, but we didn't get them a lot. We couldn't.
You could just
know,
you could take some. You don't have to eat a bunch.
microdose. That's what you should microdose is mushrooms.
Yeah, yeah. I
Psilocybin.
would like to do that, but I need to know. I want a real professional microdose.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it myself because I might do a whole dose.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like I don't want to trip, or I don't want to be there right away.
Yeah.
I want to kind of step it up slowly if I even want to get to that level.
Mm.
I just want to feel a little bit in there and aware
Mm.
and stuff, and just kind of feel out the room. I don't want to dive into a fucking craziness.
No.
I just don't feel like I need to do that at this point in my life.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to risk the possibility of damaging something internally,
Mm.
mentally, not being able to come back from something. That's a scary
So when
thing
I'm
too.
looking at like all these things I'm watching, man, and you get the right stuff and it's good
Right.
and it's clean, whatever,
Yeah.
it ain't no damage.
No, I hear you, but
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't
But
know.
yeah, that would be the better way.
Well, I mean, are you
You don't know what you're
do
gonna buy mushrooms from someone. You don't know. You don't know what the fuck if they're like. You know how many mushrooms I've eaten where that was, sometimes I didn't even trip really a lot, and sometimes they were fucking awesome. And like, I'm like these mushrooms are dried out. Like you don't know what you're
You don't know
fucking.
what
You
the
have no
fuck it
clue.
is. I'm waiting for the shit to be legal, like weed, in certain states.
Yeah, and
where
then you
can
can know exactly what you're getting.
Here's the amount of dosage. You want to microdose, you just get this thing, you try it.
Yeah.
If you want to do two, you do two. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. I don't
Yeah.
want to go
2 every 4 hours or something. Whatever, it is. Yeah.
yeah. I want to feel like those guys who are programming and fucking writing shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into this thing where I'm figuring out the world.
No.
I don't need to.
Just want to be a little extra creative.
Yeah, just a little bit. And I would try that and see what I feel like
Yeah.
on that. Just I would experiment with that. But I was on shrooms once. Or,
Yeah.
No, actually, this might have been acid. Actually, and we were in Manhattan, right by the what's the is it the library with the two lions in
Yeah,
the front?
that's the New York City
Right.
Public Library.
Is
yeah.
that Fifth
Public-
Avenue
Public
there?
Library?
Yes,
Yeah.
fifth.
Right?
No, 8th.
No, it's
Oh, 5th.
fifth,
Oh, 5th,
yeah.
the library.
By
I'm
the
thinking
park.
of the post office. I'm
right,
sorry.
Right by the park,
Yes,
right?
5th Ave.
Mhm.
So we're and it hits. We're walking around Central Park all day,
Mhm.
right? And it's starting to really, really start to hit me now, where I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
like fucking shit's growing, and I'm very visual when it comes to this kind of
Yeah.
drug. Usually, I just get deep into thought, and those things grow. And this one time, we were sitting across the street from the library, and there was this big building on the left. I remember it being like at least 10 stories or so. I don't remember exactly, but I remember sitting down on the park bench by the highway,
Yeah.
by Fifth Avenue, looking up at the 10th floor inside the apartment, going room to room.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You
You
know what I'm
fucking
saying?
traveled. You astro
I
traveled, but
fucking
like
traveled.
well, apartment traveled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And I was like,
Mhm.
whoa.
I know what's in there.
Yeah, just went in there.
So what the crazy thing is like to be able to actually go in there and see if what you saw is real.
right?
That's the fucked up
Whoa,
thing.
Imagine that. Imagine it's real. You never know. I believe that some of that kind of shit might be possible. But then what happened was that we walked across the street, and one of the friends I was with started in on a conversation with these two thugs.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
clearly thugs.
And bad news. And you're like, what is
And
about
I
to
was
happen
like,
right now?
"What are you doing?"
You're just ruining
I'm
everything.
going, like, I'm like 15,
outta here.
10, 15 feet
They're
away.
going to take our wallets.
He's talking to him,
Mhm.
and I'm hearing
The stupid shit he's
just,
saying.
just come down to the subway. Like, right from they're having a conversation about coming down to the subway. And I'm hearing bits and pieces, and I'm making
We're getting
shit up.
mugged.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
and,
getting mugged.
and I'm looking at him going, why you
I know.
you going along with this?
Yeah.
We ain't going to the subway.
Mhm.
And then so I had to come in the conversation. I was like, let's go, man. Come on, we're going to whatever the fuck we have to do.
Mhm.
And they're like, nah, man, come on, man. We're going to fucking chill in the subway. Like, you know when like you feel like you know someone's fucking with you
Yeah.
and this guy doesn't know it
How does he not know it?
or pretending something. And I'm like, am I crazy here?
Yeah.
Or why are we going with them again to
Right.
the subway?
No, to get mugged.
You know I can't fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially not now.
No, we're getting
Maybe I could do
mugged.
some kung fu shit I didn't know I could do right, now. Maybe.
It's very possible.
I could do some Matrix fighting.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I was starting to lose my shit.
Wow.
I was starting to go into
Yeah.
this fucking place you got to.
Yeah.
And
Because it fucks you up.
Because he was trying to convince me to go too.
Yeah. And you're
Now
like,
it's
dude, this
him.
is not good.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Now no.
So I decided I'm going to run across the street. And then he's going to have no choice but to follow me.
I feel like I know who's doing this for some reason.
He hangs out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Plays music,
Yeah.
you know. Rhymes with Joe.
Yeah.
You know. So so I ran across Fifth Avenue like Frogger.
Oh yeah.
Like
Ding, dong, ding, dong, ding.
anyone that saw that
was
would
like, this
be
kid
like,
amazing. Oh, yeah. And you made it through the
and I was
cars.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Isn't it crazy?
It's insane. I
know.
saw everything.
You have hyper awareness.
especially after I just walked through that guy's apartment.
Oh, you just see
I
everything.
saw everything.
You see everything.
Yeah, I mean, I had eyes all around me, literally. Like I could see every car.
It's crazy.
Judging by the darkness or the brightness of the light on
This
the
is
street,
what
I
their
know the
experiment. This is
distance.
what their. This is their argument.
Yeah,
This is their argument. There's like proof and evidence of things happening to people
yeah.
on psychedelics that are very real and tangible and easily to like study. Like say, like, look what he just did. He just ran through. Like you're telling
Right.
me he's on a drug that's dangerous, but like he just made it through traffic without getting hit by a car.
Right.
How is that dangerous?
Just by judging the brightness of the street light
yeah.
from the car,
Totally.
like
The
the
s- yeah.
fucking the light on the car and on the street. I'm like, oh, he's at least 20 feet away. I'm just looking at the street, like just judging at the light.
I aced a fucking a typing class.
Tripping.
3 hits of LSD. First one done in the class.
Ping.
First one done in the class.
No shit.
Like stopped, looked up at the room. All the honor students, people that went on to be valedictorian in the high school, like were not finished yet.
now, when you read it back, is it actual words?
It was 100%.
It's just,
Hey,
it's just
no, I aced
all
it.
letters.
No, I aced it.
Oh, you did?
100%. Yeah, the teacher was
Wow.
like, "You're done already," and she came over. and She goes,
Wow.
"It's perfect."
No shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey,
And
you
I
do
was like,
crazy shit.
"Just don't look at my eyes; they're pinned."
You do crazy shit.
Yeah.
And
So
then-
anyway, you
so
ran across
I
the
run
street.
across the
Yeah.
street and I go into this restaurant. I go to the back where there's a payphone.
Yeah. Remember those?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Remember when you didn't care? You just grabbed the payphone
Yeah.
with your ear.
Disgusting.
Like-
Smelled.
It's just-
Yeah. Guy's coat on the fucking toilet
It's
floor. or
always
something.
like, what's guy? Did someone
uh,
chew this one?
Yeah. Ooh.
Right. And so my friend walks in. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck, man? What are you going fucking nuts?" I was like, "Dude, what do you mean me?
You going nuts
Wait,
talking to those
Subway?
Yeah.
You see those guys, dude?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about?"
What was his answer?
But at this point, I'm losing my shit.
Right. So you look crazy.
I'm looking crazy,
He's fine.
and I've either called someone or pretended to, just to pretend like what I was doing was for a real reason.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if they were following us back to this place.
Right.
Like, no, I can't go to the subway right now. You see,
I had to call. I had to make a call.
I'm fucking busy.
I had to talk to the police officer for a second here.
I don't remember too much more
Yeah.
after that, but I remember like
What was the explanation of your friend that was like, why was he talking? Did he ever say like,
he was starting to think like I freaked out, and
Oh.
he's going, "You freaked out." I was like,
did he
"Freaked
say
out?
he was going to go down into the subway?
Why are we talking to them?
Right.
Can you tell me why we were talking
No
to
reason
them?
to be talking to them at all.
There's no reason.
Uh.
I started believing that they thought we were on some shit that
And then
they
thought they
could
could take
manipulate us
advantage.
into doing
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was right. I mean, I wasn't the one that started the conversation. I was
Right.
over here. They were over there.
Yeah.
But why are we in this conversation with two guys who are clearly
Yeah. Up to no good.
up to no good, and
Yeah.
and why are we talking to them?
Yeah.
Especially now, can we please move on with what we're doing?
Yeah. I want to have
which
fun.
is having fun.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone faking calls. Like,
Yeah.
what
I know.
are we
This is
doing?
not the way the day was planned.
It could easily, it could just turn so fast
Oh yeah.
that it's like if you're not with the right people,
Right people, man.
you can't
I
do
know.
that drug. I tell that to everyone. If you want to try it, you never did it. I suggest you do because I think every human being should at least try that once. Figure out things about yourself and others around you and the world you live in that you never could have thought of without this thing.
Yeah.
There's things you could think of while you're on this drug that you will never, ever experience or think of that are even possible ever. There's imagination in your head that you never knew existed. There are they're just
DMT thing.
explanations
Yeah, there's
for your
this-
own ways
Yeah.
that you do things and things that you don't know about yourself
Yeah.
that you will possibly figure out or just at least have a little bit of a grip on sometimes. And you'll never do it without this thing. And you'll never know without it. You don't need it, but it's a great experience I think everyone
Yeah.
should have.
This ayahuasca thing, man, with the DMT in it is like,
So you're thinking about it.
no, I'm just saying.
Can
that-
you do that?
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying
If
it's
you
fascinating
told-
to me because the experiences that these people are having on them are like crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like the guy. So there's a place in Costa Rica
Yeah.
that does it. It's a facility.
Right.
The guy who started that place went to Peru to do an ayahuasca ceremony.
It's always Peru.
Right? The moon. Wait, what?
Are you having that moment you
Oh,
had?
so he was a jerk off, drugs, alcohol, asshole, right?
Jerk off, drug, alcohol, asshole.
Jerk off, asshole,
Just an asshole.
drugs, smoked, coffee, drugs.
Why the asshole?
He said he was just like he
Oh.
was not a good person. Like he wasn't a
okay,
good person.
Okay.
Yeah, women, all sorts of shit. He had like a lot of money, and he
Alright.
just was fucking squandering life and just taking advantage, full of ego.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just
yeah,
doing whatever he wanted, and just a mess, complete
Mhm.
mess. He went there. He does an ayahuasca ceremony. The moon, he takes his heart out and gives it to the moon.
Okay.
The moon, it was black.
His
The-
heart was black.
Yeah, the moon made his heart red.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then said, now put it back in. And he went to go put it back in, and it blackened again. And he goes, I can't put this back in. It went black again. It's not good heart.
Right.
And the moon said, I'm going to give you another one, a brand new heart. And boom, gave him a brand new heart, and he put it back in. He came out of that. He wasn't an asshole anymore. Never did drugs again. Never drank.
See that
Never did
shit?
drugs. Never did anything. Like, was a completely changed individual from this
Crazy.
ceremony.
Crazy.
The moon also told him to start a facility to help people with these ayahuasca ceremonies. Told him where to buy the property and how much to spend on it.
That's crazy.
Yep. And he owns a facility now.
Did
He
he
went.
Did he overpay?
No, he paid the exact amount that he learned in the ceremony.
Right.
Yeah, kind of a crazy. His story's crazy.
It is. It's crazy. And, that may or may not be one of the reasons why I'm kind of scared of as an adult to do it because
Change your life. He'll make you want
I-
to change your life.
I might just decide to
To leave.
completely fucking change something about myself that's going to put everyone else in that same route.
Yeah.
Like imagine I'm like, we have to move.
Yeah, we're going to Costa Rica.
Go to Costa Rica.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm selling bananas
Yeah,
at a fucking zoo.
I know. Imagine that.
That's it. That's what I do now. I don't want to. I don't know if I could risk some of those possible.
I don't
changes.
think that would do that to you unless you thought that. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think that kind of thing would
I think
happen.
the account of the fact that you have a family and everything would all be
Yeah.
packaged into the deal.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, exactly. And you would wake up and probably the next day and be like, okay, I had these great ideas and those could have been possible. But
No, I don't think you would get the ideas that are impossible for your situation, for your living situation.
that could be.
Yeah.
that could be.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, but that's also why I'm thinking in my mind, if I ever did do anything like that, it'd be microdosing because you can kind of.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it's going to say, like, hey, leave your family. Like, oh, this is your
No.
destiny to go leave your family.
Right,
Like, it's
right.
not, that doesn't make sense. It hurts too many people.
Right.
Yeah.
Kill everyone.
Yeah. No, definitely not that.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But
Do you think
it's just
that-
fascinating to me.
Do you think? I think I might have asked you this before, but do you think that that's a possibility that you can do?
So, I listened to this podcast that someone gave me, and I was like, you should have never gave me that podcast. And they were like, yeah, they
Because you're
said,
starting to think. That
well,
it could
no,
be
they
okay.
said to me, they were like, yeah, I was on the fence because of the situation, but I figured I'd send it to you anyway because you're smart and like whatever, like you can handle it,
Mhm.
And it was a dude, which was odd because he was like 20 years sober, my age, Similar story, same fucking thing. It was like the dude was like me. It was very similar to me in the way he talked, the things he was into, the times he got into the things, like when he got into Eastern philosophy and like all this other stuff. It pretty much was me. And this guy resisted ayahuasca ceremony for a long time. Everyone was trying to tell him to do it because he got really spiritual. And he's into and all these spiritual minded people around him who were not drug addicts were doing it, but he was considered himself a sober, went to meetings like kind of sober individual, you know, and he avoided it for a really long time. Talked to a lot of people, pro and con, people that are for it, against it, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Finally decided to do it. He finally decided to do it, and he's on this podcast talking about his ceremony and the fact that he did do it eventually.
And how many years later is
He had
this
20
podcast?
years. He had 20 years. This was like, the podcast was like over the summer.
Okay, so he just did it.
Yeah.
And he's not doing anything else. And
He said, basically in a nutshell, which was the hardest part to hear, kind of.
I could smoke weed now too.
No, he doesn't say that at all. He doesn't all of a sudden start doing other drugs or whatever. But he said that he has never felt more sober in his entire life than after ayahuasca ceremony.
It almost sealed the deal even more.
It opened him up to another level of his spirituality that
Right.
he has never felt more sober in his entire life.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of people say too, like he was saying, it's not like a thing like an ayahuasca. It supposedly doesn't taste good.
Does he want to do it again?
No, it's like you don't go rushing back to do it again because there's like a purging part. You throw up. You like, there's a lot involved. It doesn't taste good. You
Right.
learn so much stuff that it's like almost shakes your foundation in a way where you're not like, dude, that was great. I saw so many cool things. Let's go do that again kind of thing. It's like you learn a little deep stuff.
But what did he say? Does he feel like he wants to do it again?
I forget how that went. I kind of want to relive his podcast. I was just fascinated.
Send
like,
me that
curious.
one. Is it a good podcast? I mean, is it worth listening to?
Yeah. These are all the Aubrey. So these are all
Oh, yeah, okay.
Aubrey Marcus,
Right.
who owns On It with Joe
Uh-huh.
Rogan.
Send me that one.
He has a podcast. I have to find that.
Okay.
It's going to be hard to find. I don't know the guy's name. I forget his name. I can find it, though. I will.
You
Remind
can
me.
Just Google the fucking...
Yeah, the keywords to it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting because so if in fact it makes you feel like you're on the right path and you feel like I'm doing the right thing and I'm going to stay sober forever, that's what I want. It's the best thing for me. All these things just solidifies the deal. Solidifies? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Even more than it ever was in 20 years.
Yeah,
It's like a fucking...
I don't know. It wasn't solidifying his sobriety. He's just saying he never felt more sober because of how it was like.
No, I got you, because that's
jump,
him.
A jump of his spirituality.
And it's
spirituality.
Me. I'm that.
Like he learned more. Like getting
But now-
sober is like you learn a lot about yourself. He's saying like with the ayahuasca, he learned so much about himself that he felt even more sober than he's
No,
been trying to work on himself
I get it, but
through
now,
meditation and all these things.
But it's important to know if he wants to do it again or not.
Yeah.
And if he does, is it really a drug or is it not a drug?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm fascinated because I'm curious because people are not calling it a drug.
Right.
But I'm also,
It's also a different time.
I'm also watching. Yes, it's a different time, and I'm watching a lot of
People aren't
obviously,
calling weed a drug
yeah,
either.
they're calling it plant medicine.
Right.
That's what it's being called, plant
So,
medicine.
where-
Because you don't alter marijuana either.
So that's an important thing to consider now. What is and what isn't,
A drug.
and what do you personally still consider and what isn't a drug?
Me, I consider
'Cause
them
if-
all drugs, pretty
right,
much. Like
if
for
people
now,
decide-
yeah, I just consider them all. I know I can't smoke weed.
If people decide that this is not a drug anymore, does that mean that like people in therapy don't?
Right. So for me, if like marijuana across the board, federal, state, and federal becomes completely legal in the United States.
Not legal. If people just decide we've been wrong, it's not a drug. They say
yeah,
that.
right. Let's just say it becomes
is not a
completely
drug.
legal, and they don't even classify it as a drug anymore.
Okay.
They're calling it medical plant medicine.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And it's available all over the place.
Yeah.
I can't smoke weed
Right.
because I know what it does to me.
Right.
I smoke weed for a little while, and then I relax, and then I get used to it, and then I'm like high, and then I'll want to get more high, kind of like I won't do it once in a while. It'll maybe at first, but then I'll start to like smoke every day, and then like once I'm smoking every day for a couple of weeks, and like someone's like, "Dude, you want to get a drink?"
Hey, did you hear?
Not a bad idea. Fuck, I can handle a
Crack's
drink.
not a drug anymore.
Yeah. Did you hear, dude? You could smoke freebase. So it's like, what? That's what happens to me. I like start to.
does that happen with LSD now or
Right. So
MDMA or
this guy's
whatever?
saying that didn't happen to him
That's the thing.
with the ayahuasca.
Is it or is it not? And can you do it twice?
Yeah.
And is that
Well,
technically?
well, people sometimes go down and
Is
do it
that
more. They do it
technically-
more to learn more, but they
Yeah.
just do that. They don't start drinking again. They don't start doing other drugs. They go down and do ceremonies every once in a while, once a year or so.
I think it's dangerous, but that is a very, very difficult argument.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, man. I would be on the fence with that one too,
It is.
because it's really because of the learning experience
Mhm.
aspect of it. That's where it's like, well, look, man, I'm not trying to get high.
I'm trying to learn
I'm
more.
trying to learn more.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
I'd be curious as do these people what they learn, does that actually then does it translate into their life?
it could.
And from some of the things I'm seeing, it has.
It could.
It got people to do things different business wise
Yeah.
or life
Well, that's
choice
not,
wise.
that's not a unique story. I
No.
mean, that particular one is in its own
own thing.
in
yeah.
its own way. But I mean, the fact that people have done things and pursued things to
Yeah.
further and better their lives from the realizations of this drug
Yeah.
is not a new story.
No,
You know what I mean?
at all.
So that's a really hard argument.
Yeah.
If you were to come and if you came to me and said I'm thinking about doing it, I don't know. I wouldn't obviously don't want to see you go down a bad
Oh,
path.
of course not. I wouldn't.
So
yeah.
so that would always be in the
I'm
back.
just saying I'm
No,
fascinated.
no,
you
I
know
know.
that.
I
All
know.
right, okay,
I'm,
yeah.
not, I'm not having this conversation as if you're thinking.
Okay,
that
yeah,
way.
yeah.
I'm just saying if you did.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't. I don't know if I could beat. I don't know if I could beat my argument into making sense that you shouldn't.
Yeah, you'd pat me on the back and probably send me.
I might say,
Oh, that's cool.
depending on what you're kind of trying to do,
Yeah.
I don't know that I can argue it because
Right.
yes, we've all been, made to believe that it's a drug and it's a thing that we shouldn't be doing, but at the same time, I mean, for the learning experience about your own self
I mean,
and the
how-
world
how do
and
you argue
everything,
that, right?
how do you fucking argue that? It's
Yeah.
not like any other drug. So
It's not.
it's a weird argument.
People won't even classify it in with the LSD. They're like, don't even bother with the LSD. Like that's.
Oh.
I know it's bad. It went right under the
What
table.
did you do?
Dude, you did it.
My, did
That was the
not
things.
do it.
That was the food. I don't have anything else that makes me fart like that during the day. I burped, and went lower, and now it's coming out the bottom. That was the
Oh my god!
that was the ribs. You know what it was?
I'll tell you what this is. It's
was
the
the-
end of the show. What the fuck? That's what that is.
Oh my god. Truly. Yo, it's the fucking it's the